Students, in this video we will discuss about the IUPAC nomenclature. The IUPAC name of any organic compound essentially consists of three parts. Number one is word root, second one is suffix, and third one is prefix. So one by one we will discuss about the word root, suffix and prefix. First we will discuss about the word root. It is the basic unit of name. It denotes the number of carbon atoms present in a chain, and that chain is called parent chain. So for carbon 1 we will use the word root meth. For carbon number 2 means when the number of carbon is 2 we will use eth word root. For 3 prop, for 4 carbons but, for 5 pent, for 6 hex, for 7 hep, 8 oct, 9 non, for 10 carbons dec, for 11 undec, for 12 dodec, and for like this for 20 carbons icos. Like this we have a number of depending upon the number of carbon atoms we have the given the word roots. So here you will see the extra a which is represented in the parenthesis. So this extra a present in the parenthesis is used only if the primary suffix to be added to the word root belongs with a consonant. We have to use the extra a which is present in the parenthesis. Second one is the suffix. Primary suffix, it is added just after word root to represent whether the carbon chain is saturated or unsaturated. For saturated, that is for single bond, we will use ANE, that is the primary suffix. For unsaturation, that is for double bond, we will use ENE, and for unsaturated, that is triple bond, we will use YNE. These are the primary suffix. Now, if more than one unsaturated bonds are present, then di, tri, tetra, these should be used. Now moving to the secondary after primary suffix, it is added to the primary suffix to indicate the nature of the functional group. Like for alcohol, OH, ol, we will use ol. For aldehyde, CHO, al. For ketones, this C double bond O group, ONE. For carboxylic acid, COOH, oic acid. These are the secondary suffix. For acid amide, CONH2, amide. For acid chloride, COCl, oil halide. For esters, COOR, O8. For nitriles, CN, nitrile. For thiol, SH, thiol. And for amines, NH2, amine. So these are the secondary suffix which we have to use while writing the nomenclature. If secondary suffix begins with the vowel, that is A, E, I, O, U, the terminal E of the primary suffix should be dropped. Means we will remove the primary suffix, right? Next one is the prefix. Primary prefix. It is used before the word root when compound is cyclic. The primary prefix is cyclo. So these are the rules we have to keep in our mind while writing the IUPAC nomenclature for the given compound. Next, moving to the secondary prefix. It is used before primary prefix. It is used to represent the type of substituent on the parent chain. Like for F, that is fluoro. For Cl, chloro. For Br, bromo. For I, iodo, NO2. Nitro, NO, nitroso. For N, triple bond N, diazo. For OR, alkoxy. For OCS3, methoxy. For OC2S5, ethoxy. So these are the secondary prefix. For CS3, methyl. For C2S5, ethyl. For CH2, CH2, CH3, N-propyl. For this CS3, CH3 isopropyl. For CS3, CCS3, CH3, this is tertiary butyl. So we have to mention these in while writing the IUPAC nomenclature, these are the secondary prefix. So how one can write what is the exact sequence for writing the IUPAC nomenclature? We will see here. The IUPAC nomenclature. First of all, we have to mention the secondary prefix, then primary prefix, then word root, then primary suffix, then secondary suffix. After writing all these things, we will get the IUPAC name for the given organic compounds. Next one is the functional group. An atom or group of atoms joined in a specific manner in a molecule which largely determines its characteristics chemical property, that is called functional group. For example, for hydroxy, OH group is the functional group of alcohol. For aldehyde, CHO group is the functional group. For aldehyde and for ketone, C double bond O group is the functional group. So like this we have the functional group for the different compounds. Next, moving to the normal, that is N carbon. The prefix N can be used in the common names of straight chain alkanes, like this. The common name for this compound which has 4 carbon, 1, 2, 3 and 4, bute, single bond ANE, and this N for the normal chain we will use the N. So this is N-butane. For this we have the 6 carbons are there, so this is N-hexane. Because single bonds are there, 6 carbon, we will use the word root hex. And iso, the prefix iso is used when the second carbon of the parent chain alkane contains one methyl group. So this is the second carbon that contains the methyl group. So this is called iso. Total carbon 1, 2, 3, 4 and this 5. Isopentane, and this second carbon contain 1 CH3. That's why this is iso. So total carbon 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is isobutane. Neo, where we have to use the neo. The prefix neo is used when the second carbon of the parent chain alkane contains 2 methyl group. Like this, here this is the first carbon, this is the second carbon contains above and below 2 methyl groups. So this is neo. Then count all the carbon atoms. 5 carbons are there with single bond. So neopentane here. This second carbon contain 2 methyl group. So this is neo. Total number of carbon is 6. That's why this is neohexane. Next, moving to the secondary, the prefix secondary is used for alkyl group in which the functional group, that is OH, Cl, Br, etc. is attached to secondary carbon atom. Like this Cl is attached to the secondary carbon atom. So this is secondary butyl chloride. Likewise, in tertiary, the prefix tert is used for the alkyl group in which the functional group is attached to tertiary carbon atom. So this is the functional group which is attached to the 3 carbon. The carbon which is attached to the functional group, that is attached with the 3 carbon atom. That's why it is tertiary carbon. So likewise we will differentiate between secondary and tertiary. Prefix iso, neo, cyclo are used without hyphen. You have to keep this thing in mind. Without hyphen we will make use of iso, neo, cyclo. And while for N, secondary, tertiary, we have to use the hyphen like this. This is the hyphen. Next one is the rule for branch chain alkanes. Longest chain rule. Select the longest carbon chain as parent chain. Like this is the longest carbon chain. So 6 carbon, and in the third position we have the methyl group. So this is 3-methyl hexane. Likewise, we have to, first of all, we have to choose the longest carbon chain like this. This is the longest carbon chain in this compound, having the carbon 7. So this is in the 4th group. We have the this group, that is in the 4th. This is ethyl group, and 3-methyl. This is methyl group, and this is heptane. So this in the 4th we have the ethyl group. So this is ethyl, and this is in the 3rd position we have the methyl group. This is methyl group, and total we have the 7 carbon with single bond. This is heptane. So alphabetically we have to mention their name. Now what is the substituent? To whom you will call the substituent? An atom or group of atoms taking place of another atom or group or occupying a specified position in a molecule, that is called substituent. Next rule is the large number of side chain. If two or more chain of equal length are possible, then the chain which contain greater number of side chain, that is substituents, will be parent chain. So here greater number of substituents are there. So 1 and these 2. So this is these are what? These are the parent chain. So 6 carbon we have the, for this 6 what root is hex, single bond ANE, and the 2 and 3 position we have methyl and here ethyl. Alphabetically ethyl comes first, that's why 3 ethyl and methyl comes after ethyl. So this is 2 methyl hexane. 3 ethyl, this is 3 ethyl 2 methyl hexane. Next one is the lowest set of locant tool. In this lowest set of locant tool, the numbering of the parent chain should be done from that end which give the lowest position number to the substituent. If 2 or more substituents are present, then the numbering should be done on the lowest set of the locant rule. Now if we look over the locant rule, according to this, when the two different set of locants are obtained, then that set is preferred which has the lowest number of first point of difference, due to which the rule is called the first point of difference rule. So another name for the locant rule is the first point of difference rule. So here you will see the locants are at position 2 and at position 4, and the same compound here you will see, if we start numbering from here from left to right and here from right to left, you will see the substituents are there at position 2 and 4. So if here you will see the locants is at 2, 2, because 2 locants are there at 2 position at carbon number 2, and 1 we have at 4 position, and here locants are there at 2, then 4 at 4 methyl groups are there at carbon number 4. So 4. So if we sum these, 4 plus 4 8, then 2 10, and here the sum is 2 plus 2 4 plus 4 8. Here comes out 8, here comes out 10. So we have to consider the lowest sum rule. So here we have to consider this. From here we have to consider the numbering of this compound. So the compound is numbered from here, because from here you will get the lowest sum of the locants. So numbering of the different alkyl groups at equivalent position. If two different alkyl groups are present at equivalent position, the numbering of the parent chain is done such that the alkyl group which come first alphabetically gets lower position number. Like this, here this is the ethyl group, and here this is methyl group. Ethyl group is getting 3 position, methyl group is getting 4 position, and we know that ethyl comes first, right? And so this is the correct way. But here if we start numbering from here, we will get the methyl at 3rd carbon and ethyl at 4 carbon. So this ethyl must be in the top priority. So that's why this will be the wrong numbering pattern, and this is the right numbering pattern. Next one is alphabetically naming of the substituent. The name of the substituent should be written alphabetically along with their position number. So here we have to mention the alphabetically. So here this is 2 methyl and this is 3 ethyl. Ethyl comes first, so we will write 3 ethyl, 2 methyl, and to overall we have the 6 carbon with single bond. So this is hexane. Now if the compounds containing functional group with the multiple bonds, then we have to number how one can number them or how one can write their nomenclature. So the parent chain must include the functional group and maximum number of unsaturated bonds, whether it denotes longest chain or not. So here we have to consider all the functional groups. So here this ketone is the functional group, double bond is the functional group. So all these must be included in the parent chain. So here we will get, this is 3 methyl, at 3 carbon we have the methyl group, and 4 propyl, this is 4, this is propyl group is there. 6 carbon we have the hex, at 5 position we have the double bond 5 ene, and at 2 position we have for ketone the suffix is O and E. So second rule is that the functional group should get the lowest position number even if lowest locant rule is violated. So the functional group, so we have to start it from here because this includes the functional group. So here 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this at 4 we have the 2 methyl group, and at second position we have the methyl group. So one can write 2, 4, tri, because we have the 3 methyl groups are there, trimethyl, pentane, 1 ol, because at 1 position we have the functional group, that is alcohol. For alcohol suffix is OL. When the chain terminating functional group is present like CHO, COS, COR, it is always given number 1. So here for carboxylic acid, for this ester, and for this ester we have to number them 1. So likewise we will assign their number and we will mention their nomenclature. Nomenclature, next one is the nomenclature of the polyfunctional compound. When the compound contains 2 or more different functional group, then one is selected as the principal functional group while all others are selected as the subsequent and named alphabetically. Order of the preference of the principal functional group, that is PFG, the principal functional group, or the order of decreasing priority of the some principal functional group. We have the carboxylic acid is given the top priority, thereafter sulfonic acid, then anhydride, then ester, then acid, then aceramide, then nitrile, then isocyanide, then aldehyde, then ketone, then alcohol. So you have to keep in mind that aldehydes are given priority in comparison to alcohol, and alcohols they have been given here the least priority in comparison to ketone and aldehyde. Thereafter phenols, thiols, amines, and you have another thing you have to keep in your mind that the double bond must be given priority, must be given the top priority in comparison to the triple bond. So these are the preferential order for the principal functional group. Secondary functional group, like we have the prefix for the secondary functional group, like for halogens we have to use the halo, like for fluorine fluoro, like for Cl chloro, then OH hydroxy, SH, then mercaptor sulfonyl, O for OR alkoxy, like for CO keto, for COH carboxy, for COCl chlorocarbonyl. Like this we have to mention their prefix, like for NO2 nitro, for CONH2 carbamyl. Now how one can write the name nomenclature if we have the more than two or more than two functional group or two functional group. Here you will see that one is CHO, another is OH. So we have the two functional groups. So aldehyde is given priority in comparison to alcohol or phenol. So this is the principal functional group. So we have to mention numbering from here. So this is 5-hydroxy. Thereafter we have to move alphabetically. So this is methoxy and this is hydroxy. We know hydroxy H comes first in alphabetic order, then M. So 4-hydroxy and 3-methoxy, and this is benzaldehyde. Like this carboxylic acid, this must be given the top priority, that is 1. Thereafter this is at 3 position, this is at 4th position. So again bromo comes first, here hydro H comes After B, so this is 3-bromo 4-hydroxy. This is benzoic acid. So the parent chain must contain principal functional group and maximum number of unsaturated bonds. So parent chain must contain the principal functional group like this. In this case, CH3CH COH CONH2. So this is the principal functional group. So this should be given number 1. This is the name for this compound is 2-carbamyl for CONH2. This is carbonyl propane 1-oic acid, and for this compound start from this CN numbering. So this is 3-hydroxy because OH at 3 carbon, 4-methyl pentane. This is 4-methyl, and total we have the 5 carbon. Fourth position we have the double bond, so 4-ene and this 1-nitrile. This is the for C, and we have the suffix is nitrile. So in this video we have discussed about the how one can write the IUPAC nomenclature for the given organic compounds, their rule and regulations, and the order of preferential order of the functional group. So thank you very much for watching it. Have a great day.